Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today you have the Rhino. We're looking at this beer right here. This is the new winter seasonal from Lake of Bays. This is their Winterhaven spiced rye ale. So, before I get on to ingredients or anything, let's just talk about Lake of Bays for a moment. There were Lake of Bays products I enjoyed, but for the most part, I was indifferent to not caring about Lake of Bays for a long time. Excuse me. They were a craft brewery, and they made craft beer, but it was nothing that really excited me. And then they started coming out with some of their Wild North series and stuff like that, and I actually really liked those. The Midnight Bock was a good beer. The Pumpkin was a good beer. The summer one, the Sunset Saison or whatever. I can't even remember the summer one's name. It was a good beer. So I got excited to try this because I saw them advertising it on their Facebook site and on their Instagram and stuff. And then I saw it at the LCBO, and it was $11.99 a bottle. $11.95 or whatever it is, plus your deposit and all that. And then I got to thinking, do I really want to pay $12 for a bottle? But it was the only bottle at the LCBO that I hadn't had, so I picked it up. But that, I think, is where it's going to be harsh for me here, because I'm looking at a $12 bottle of beer. Sure, it's a 750 milliliter bottle, and it's 8% alcohol, but at $12, I can buy 4 cans of something that I really like. Even 5 cans almost. Well, 3 or 4 cans of something really, really good. Maybe 5 cans of something okay for me. What do we have ingredients-wise here? Water, malted barley, wheat, hops, yeast, and spices. Okay. It says serve with spicy curry, roast beef, or braised pears. I don't think you're serving it on a spicy enough curry for me. That's all I'm going to say about the spicy curry. I'll show you some. Actually, I've been looking for fall everywhere. Apparently the spiciest curry you can get. If you can get fall anywhere near the Niagara region, somebody let me know. The spiciest Indian curry I can get is Vindaloo, and even when I order it extra spicy, it's nothing for me. And yeah, I want to find something that that is too much for me. Because I find Thai food actually is spicier to me than Indian food. At least they can make my meals spicier than the Indian restaurants around here seem to be able to do. I like the Indian taste, but it's not spicy enough for me. Okay, slightly off-white head, beautiful amber color, very see-through. I can see my hand way back here. Yeah, that looks just a see-through. I was going to say, I don't know if the bottle is any thicker. Nah, it doesn't really look it. Okay, let's give her a sniff test, shall we? A bit of caramel and a bit of molasses. What comes off almost as a little bit of fig and ginger, and a touch of that graininess from the rye. A little bit of allspice too. It smells interesting. Let's try it. Cheers. Okay, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, in all honesty, it reminds me of the original Rickard's Cardigan. When Rickard's Cardigan first came out, it was a nice winter spiced ale, and then the next year Rickard's Cardigan came out and it did the normal Molson thing, right? The first year it came out and it was really good, and then the next year they cheaped it down so they could make more money, but everybody was going to buy it because they liked it so much. This reminds me of the original Rickard's Cardigan, with the slight difference that there is that spicy touch from the, and when I say spicy, I don't mean hot. I just mean maybe zesty would be a better word. That zesty zip that that rye can give something. Molasses, caramel, a little bit of allspice and ginger. That that rye zip, that rye breadiness, the breadiness taking over the back with a touch of almost clovey dryness. Also, a bit of cinnamon, not full on cinnamon, but like the if any of you did the cinnamon challenge, that dryness that just overtakes your palate, or to anyone that's actually just ate cinnamon on its own and not really mixed it with anything, that overpowering cinnamon taste that you can get that just overpowers and dries out the back of the palate. Kind of getting that on here. Like I said, this reminds me of Rickard's Cardigan, the original. And I know I might actually piss off some guys at Lake of Bays. I might piss off some viewers that love this beer or anything because they're thinking I'm being mean. But I actually really liked the original Rickard's Cardigan. And again, this reminds me of the original before they made it into a normal Rickard's product and did a wide release. Excuse me. Now, strangely enough with this beer, it's 8% alcohol, and I'm drinking it thinking it's 5, because it really doesn't have anything to it. Kick-wise, it's an intriguing beer in that sense. I expected a much worse alcohol astringency or burn, but this is a very, very dangerous beer, as Guy from Drinking in Canada would say. I like it. I like it. That cinnamon dryness, that clove dryness, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of allspice, a little bit of that breadiness, a little bit of zestiness from the rye, as well as that caramel and molasses taste up at the forefront. All in all, this is a well-made beer. I like the visual appeal of it. I'm not the biggest fan of the scent. There wasn't enough on the nose for me personally, but I really do appreciate the taste of this beer. It is a nice little beer. It's a nice sipper. I would love to start with this cold during a meal. Start with it cold, well, not cold, but start with it at like 8 to 10 degrees and have a big glass that can hold 650 or 750 and just drink it throughout the meal. Just use it as a palate cleanser and an enhancer, because I do think with the drying ability of this beer that you really would be adding something really interesting to your meal, and it would pair very well with that. And I could see it pairing well with a spicy curry, because it dries out the palate enough that it would cut that burn a little bit. Excuse me. And let the taste buds dance again when you put that spicy curry in again the second time. Oh, I like this beer. I like this beer. Do I like it enough to pay $12 for a bottle? Probably not. Would I like it enough to pay four to five, somewhere in between $4 to $5 for a can, a 473 can? Yeah, probably. If this was like $3.95 to $4.50, I'd probably buy cans of this every once in a while. Mostly because, like I said, to me, it would be a great compromise to the brewery making a good deal of money off of it, and the consumer not going broke buying bottles of it. But as it is right now, it's a great table beer. It's a great beer to bring to a dinner party and put in the middle of the table. And at 26 ounces, I mean, 3 guys can have 8 ounces each, or 2 guys can have a glass each, or however you want to do it. But it's a great beer for sharing. But I don't think it at $12 a bottle is one of the bottles that you would buy to get yourself drunk. But at $4 to $4.50 a can, I could see myself buy 3 cans. 3 cans of it is close to the same price as 1 bottle of it, and it would give me a lot more things to drink. Out of 10 on the beer, probably one more sip. I really like it. I'd give it an 8.5. Lake of Bays Winterhaven. Solid beer. Thank you, guys. Bye.